Hey, it's TGIF time in the neighborhood. On Friday, we have to give it a big shout out. Yes. Why not? Celebrate the weekend coming up. And we've got some good stuff in the chart to take a look at and celebrate as well. I'm celebrating one other thing that's just kind of a fun thing for me. The microphone that I'm using to do this episode is one of the classic old broadcast mics ever made. It's the Shure SM5B. Now, if that means nothing to you, don't worry about it, and I'm not going to belabor this. I just am having fun today. My brother runs an audio production business up in Kansas City and has several of these, and we were talking about one the other day, and he said, well, I'll just send you one of mine. You can play with it for a few days. So thank you to my brother, and we're doing the thing today on this legendary old classic broadcast microphone, and I'm just having fun. So we're going to get into the chart for today, kind of the same pattern that we talked about yesterday. Now, the moon has gone ahead and moved off of the big three. If you are not up on that, we mentioned it yesterday, and we'll just let you refer back to yesterday as kind of the setup for today, because some of the patterns are still the same. Especially that nice trine between the sun and the big three. That's still in place, and that's some really delicious energy right there. I love that because it's all about the shining you working with these guys. Now, remember, the big three are all in retrograde. The south node always is. Saturn and Pluto have joined it at least until, what have we got? Until September. So we're working inside, we're working on ourselves, we're going deep inside with a lot of self-evaluation. If you don't have a journal handy, or if you're not making notes regularly about your life, and if you're not taking some time every day to just reflect on your life, where you are, spending a little extra meditative time, reflective time, then you're missing this golden opportunity. So there's some really great support there with the sun. Now, we've got this, so the moon just is kind of wrenching some stuff in here, I guess is the best way to say it. So it now is in a square with Mercury and Uranus, which those two guys are still in conjunction. So if you've had some weird communication, then that's what's going on right there. And then still there's this square between Venus and the big three. So if there are some things going on around your relationships that is making you really evaluate relationship, what it is, how you are being, how you're going to change in relationship, yeah, that all makes total perfect sense. Another one that's in the mix now is, and this one's going to be there for a little while, is the ascendant is across from Neptune. Now, we haven't talked about the ascendant, so let's just be brief on this. You can always look it up. Astrologers always ask what your three signs are. They want to know what your sun sign is, your moon sign, and your rising sign. So the sun and moon, that's just which sign your sun is. So like right now, people born today are Tauruses. And the moon is over in Leo. So if you're born today, you're a Taurus sun with a Leo moon. And then they always want to know what your rising sign is. Now that's the sign that's on the horizon at the given mark of your birth. So like as the time that I'm looking at the chart for today, which is around early afternoon, the ascendant is in Virgo. So if somebody were born like 2 o'clock this afternoon, their ascendant would be in Virgo. The best way to just short describe the ascendant is how you shine in the world. So they say that the sun sign, so like today, Taurus, is who you are inside. The ascendant or the rising sign is how you appear to others. So the world would see somebody born early this afternoon as a Virgo. But inside their composition, how they're wired would be a Taurus. Have you ever had that happen for yourself? Like people don't see you the way that you kind of see yourself? You know, like, wait a minute, no, but I'm practical. Or you could say I'm fiery if you're an Aries. Or you could say I'm grounded, but other people see me as fill in the blank. Well, that's because they're looking at you through the lens of your rising sign. So, for example, I'm a Scorpio sun, but I'm a rising Gemini. So all this communication and all this broadcasting and all this talking into microphones and on cameras and everything, that is so Gemini. And that's how the world sees me, as a communicator. And Scorpio being of the secret or hidden or deeper things of life that I'm communicating about deeper things of life, Astrology, Subconscious Mind Mastery podcast, and the one that Majana and I are now doing called Life After Life. These are all Scorpio-type things. So, yeah, I mean, see how it fits together like that? So with the ascendant now opposite Neptune, in those deeper areas, you might feel a little pull, okay? So if, again, we've already got so much going on, it's like, oh, do we need more? Yeah, we're going to get this. That's why I've been saying we are going to be getting this all the way through. So it's like, this is what I've said is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to just really work on your soul. So let's just say Neptune represents the soul. It represents the hidden, the subconscious, the deep Neptunian waters of the deep, right? Neptune, the god of the sea. So take all those deep aspects and just realize that there could be some tension with you, the you out there in those areas. And you're like, oh, I don't need more. Don't go to that dark side. Work with it. Because remember, I said yesterday, opposites attract as much as they repel. The reason I mention all this stuff is so that you can work with the energies, not against them. So that's why I'm mentioning it. So you can just go to work with it and go, I'm going to take my shining self deeper. That's what you can do with Neptune across from your ascendant. In brief explanation, there is so much more. But that's why there's Google. You can just Google it up. Neptune opposite ascendant. I'll give you a bunch of stuff to read on that. We'll be back with tomorrow's weekend forecast. Hope you have a great TGIF.